got your mind on loose. Go hard.
Welcome everyone to the first episode in 2018 of Unrooted Women's Volleyball Edition. And my guest for the first episode is not head coach Denise Sheldon. She's unavailable this week, so we're turning to the senior outside hitter, Maggie McDonald. Maggie, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
No problem.
Let's start by getting to know you a little bit better. Now, last year was a breakout season for you. You finished #1 in the entire Golden State Athletic Conference in kills. What allowed you to take your game to the next level?
Obviously, like the coaching. We got a new coach last year, and Denise just did a really good job of putting that confidence back in me that I lost a little bit my junior year or my sophomore year. And the team just really came together. We lost a few people, so we really worked the same team, plus 2 freshmen, 3 freshmen. But I think we just did a good job taking on the challenge of having a new coach who taught us a lot. I played volleyball my whole life, and she taught me things I never even knew about. So that upped my level definitely last season. So let's hope it can just get better this season.
Yeah, you finished above the GSAC Player of the Year and a regular All-American, Libby Dahlberg, in kills. How does that feel?
Yeah, pretty good. But she still is an All-American, so let's hope I can get there this year.
Yeah. Maggie McDonald for All-American 2018. Let's
Yes.
make it happen. Now, on an episode last year, I was told that you are in love with Justin Bieber and that you would most likely fangirl around him if you had the chance to meet him. Why is that?
Yeah, I just love him. My whole life, I've just followed him, through all of his success. And actually, the other day, someone I used to coach with saw him in Malibu and was, sending me live pictures of him. And I was, in my room, oh, my God, freaking out. I do have all his calendars, posters. I watch his documentaries. I'm a big fan of Justin Bieber. That is true.
I didn't even know he had any documentaries.
Yeah, he made a couple movies, from his tours, Believe and Purpose. So you should watch them. They're really sentimental, actually. He's a really kind-hearted person.
I think I'll find some other things to do with my free time.
Okay.
I'm not
Just
a Justin
putting it
Bieber.
out there.
Yeah, I'm not a Justin Bieber fan.
That's your loss. I'm sorry.
I'll let you take control of my fan. I'll give you all the fandom that I should have for Justin Bieber, and I'll give it to you.
Okay, sounds
that way
good.
you can just be an even bigger fan.
We're good.
Because I don't want to get tangled up in that whatsoever.
Yeah, that's all right.
Let's talk about the team now a little bit, Maggie. I want to talk about how last year finished up, first and foremost. The Oaks made the GSAC playoffs for the first time ever in 2017. How do you think that experience is going to help you moving forward into 2018?
I think it was a good experience for this team, especially because volleyball never had a GSAC tournament. So the first year that we got to experience, and we just kind of had the luck of playing the first place team in our second round. But I think it was a good experience. Now that we know what it's like, we can understand and make adjustments. And I think we're ready for it this year, and I think we want to go even better. We have goals.
And you were able to take a set from the #1 team, Westmont.
We were. Every time we played them, we took a set. So,
exactly. Something that Menlo had never done prior to 2017. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow, I did not know that, actually.
Menlo was always losing 3-0, 3-0, 3-0.
Okay.
Last year, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, we'll just do even better this year.
So this year, just flip it and win through 2,
so
right?
yeah, basically, that's what's going to happen.
Exactly. We all know what's going to happen.
Yes.
The team began the season with a trip to Hawaii, as a matter of fact, for a couple of exhibitions against NCAA Division II schools. What were some of the highlights of that trip?
Well, of course, being in Hawaii, it was beautiful, and a lot of people haven't been there before, so it was just a good team bonding experience being there. One of the highlights was against HPU. We had a little incident, and we had no more subs left, so we had people playing in places they've never played before. We had an outside hitter, Sierra, playing middle. We had our middle, Jaden, playing libero. We had our 5-2 setter. It was just crazy, and the game was 22-22 in the second set, and we pulled it off and won, and it was just a really cool experience, having the team come together, no matter what, and pulling that win off was really cool to see.
Yeah. Talk about the blogs that the women's volleyball team was putting out over the course of the Hawaii trip. What brought that up?
I don't know. We were just told we were doing a blog, and then everyone kind of like got super into it. Like we'd be places, and I'd be like, "Oh, like take a picture for the blog, like for the blog," and like I don't know, it was super fun. We just got to talk about what we did and like, yeah, share it with everyone.
Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to read them, they're fantastic reads. There's 6 or 7 different sections of the blog, all on menloathletics.com on the women's volleyball page. Go ahead and check them out. One key component returning this season is Bailey Gomes, a 4-year Oak who graduated last year, but she's now an assistant coach on Denise Sheldon's staff. What has it been like having her around with her leadership and her guidance?
Especially for me, I'm like so happy she's back because ever since I'm a freshman, she's been here. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of freaking out a little bit last year. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do without Bailey. Like, she's been my, she's like the mom of the team. Like, mm-hmm. She's there for everyone. She's the biggest support system. Like, she's just a great person to have around. So this year she's been taking on a new role and, like, doing a really good job of it and, like, trying her best of, like, balancing the whole coach-teammate thing. But she's, no matter what, like, she'll be there for us and, like, fight for us. So she's a good person to have by your side.
Yeah. Now you open up this first week of actual game action with Pacific Union and UC Merced, a couple of CalPAC schools that you've played many times before over the course of your career. What is the process like preparing for the first few games of a season?
Well, specifically for these two teams, I've played them all years I've been here, and now that like I'm a senior, it's like they're brand new teams. Like I've never seen them before because it's a whole new roster, mm-hmm. and but we're going to take them on just like any other team. If it was a conference game, we'll watch our film, and then we'll study their strategies, and then practice that. And then I know we're really excited for our first home game, so yeah.
First home game Thursday night, August 30th, which is actually going to be before this episode airs, so that's irrelevant for the people watching at home.
Good.
Which is pretty funny. But come out on Saturday night, because that's going to be after this episode airs. Saturday night, September, that's the 1st?
Yeah.
September 1st against UC Merced, 7 o'clock, Haynes Prim Pavilion. Be there or be square. All right, Maggie, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. Give me your best answers.
All right.
Question number 1. Which teammate hates Justin Bieber the most?
Definitely Alyssa. She hates him. Like, she didn't know I was obsessed with him at this time, but the other day she was telling a story about she had an old roommate who was obsessed with him, had pictures of him, and she was like, dude, like, you're a 20-year-old girl. Like, why are you obsessed with Justin Bieber? And everyone's like staring at me, and I was like, this is so awkward. Like, that's me. And she was like, no way. Like, I can't be your friend anymore. Like, left the table. So she's not really happy with my decision of loving Justin Bieber. But
so is there someone that she really enjoys?
I don't really know. She's a wild card. Like, you never know what she's thinking ever. So
the only thing we know about Alyssa is that she doesn't like Justin Bieber. And as far as I'm concerned, that's okay with me. So, Alyssa, you have my full support of that. I know Maggie doesn't like you for that.
Next question.
But okay. Question number 2. Fine. We'll move on from the sore subject. While in Hawaii, which teammate complained about the weather the most?
Well, I mean, everyone got a lot, really bad sunburn. So it was like everyone was like, okay. Like, the last day was a little rough for everyone, and the plane ride. Morgan actually was like, we went on the boat, we're all in the water, and Morgan just sitting like under the boat, like with a towel over her head, and she was like, I can't do this. Like, so I guess, I don't really know.
Were you one of the people who got the terrible sunburn?
Well, when I went before, I learned my lesson a little bit.
Okay.
I got a really bad sunburn, so I learned how to like pace myself from the sun and being inside, and a lot of sunscreen. So.
Yeah, when to apply the sunscreen, to apply at regular intervals.
Yeah, so I was pretty good.
Okay, perfect. And then question number 3, which teammate is most likely to carry around a pen or a pencil?
Jaden. We always have like film or like projects, and she'll be like, oh, I have my pen bag, and then everyone's like, okay, like, Jaden, you got a pen? So, yeah.
She's the note taker of the bunch.
Yeah, definitely. But she like always has her pen bag with every situation.
Oh, she has an actual bag of...
No, it's literally a pen bag, like a big pen bag.
Wow.
Yeah, she brings to every event ever.
Okay. Wow. Well, I guess then if I ever forget a pen or a pencil for a broadcast, I'm just going to ask Jaden and be like, hey, Jaden, gonna borrow one?
Yeah.
Is she going to have it on the bench with her?
Yeah, actually, we have it on the bench, her pen bag. So.
All right, I might just do this just for fun on Thursday.
Yeah, literally just ask her for a pen. She'll be like, oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. We'll see if this works out. Maggie, thank you for joining me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome, folks. The women's volleyball season officially begins this week. They got the Thursday game against Pacific Union. That's their home and season opener. And then on Saturday, the first game you'll get a chance to come out to once you see this episode, it'll be Saturday night inside Haynes Prim Pavilion, a 7 o'clock start time against the Bobcats of UC Merced. We invite you to tune in to next week's episode of Unrooted Women's Volleyball Edition when Denise Sheldon will be making her appearance on Unrooted. So then week 3 will be the episode that Maggie McDonald gets to pick the next interviewee. Right here with me, Brian Brownfield. So until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Think out of the crowd, baby, it's a no-brainer. It ain't the hard to choose. Him or me, be for real, baby, it's a no-brainer. You got your mind on loose. Go hard and watch yourself.